Thank you, Pat. As you see, it is 2-1 here. Sox in charge and have been since the first inning, but Texas finally get on the board against John Garland in the top of the fifth inning after the triple by Nix and single by Hidalgo. Joe Creedy looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 1. Pedro Astacio has thrown the ball extremely well since the first inning after giving up those 2 quick runs. And you can see why. He's got tremendous movement on his pitches. Don't let the record or the numbers fool you. Any man that's won 119 games in his major league career is a pretty darn good pitcher. He misses. 2-0 for Creedy. Matter of fact, Hawk and I were going over the numbers of Astacio while he was pitching in Colorado. And he won 17 games there one year. Lets you know he can pitch. Good changeup right there on the outside corner. 2-0 for Joe Creedy. Now 2-1. And Astacio will throw that changeup at any time in the count. Fastball right there that he has to fight off. Good pitch by Astacio. Astacio has shown Creedy the fastball, the changeup, not the breaking ball in this at bat. Joe's got to be a little more conservative now as he can mix it up well with his speeds. And there was the breaking ball. Right at the knees for strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the game for Astacio. He has not issued a walk yet. That just locked Joe up. Like I mentioned, he had not seen it in that at bat, and then all of a sudden you see a snapdragon like that. It'll be tough to put it in play. Juan Uribe puts it in play hard into left field. It's going to one-hop the wall. Minch gets to it in a hurry and gets it back in. A strong throw from Minch. Right on the money, nailing Juan Uribe. Juan Uribe digging hard all the way, but Kevin Minch absolutely throws a strike to Soriano. Look at this toss. I know Juan Uribe had to say to himself, what in the heck is going on here? That's the thing. Sometimes, you know, a guy has a pretty good arm, but you still want to try and get in the second. And that was the case. So 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth as Scott Podsednik takes first pitch down, ball 1. He is 1 for 2 and has a stolen base, the 24th of the season for Scott. Misses, up and away, 2-0. Well, 2 out something going here, Scott. He hits that ball extremely hard. It's getting away from Minch. Yes, it is. He'll not throw Podsednik out at second. That ball slicing away from Kevin Minch, who had shaded Podsednik that direction, but it was hit too hard. So the 2-out double by Scotty. The 5th of the season for Podsednik.
Ball had good movement. Scotty not getting greedy, taking what he's got. Picks up his 5th 2-bagger.
So that brings up Tadahito Iguchi. Sacrifice bunt back in the first and a little pop out into left field. Iguchi takes in.
Now that good throw by Minch. Saved him a run.
Yeah, good defense. Good defense can save you tons of runs throughout the season. Iguchi is being pitched in tight so far in this game. He might start looking in there and cheat a bit. And indeed he did. They looked in. It was just a good pitch by Astacio. One thing we've learned about Tadahito this year is he's very smart. He figures things out pretty darn quick. Last night, Iguchi tied the game up late with a pinch hit home run down the right field line. Big breaking ball, spins him around. See Iguchi hitting .250 this year with runners in scoring position. just done an outstanding job all around on the base paths as the number 2 hitter, moving runners along, driving in runs. Breaking ball misses the outside corner. 3-1 to Iguchi. Aaron Rowan, he's on deck. Rowan, he has owned the Texas Rangers over his career. There's a line shot out of the reach of Young. Posednik being waved home. Minch, the strong arm, we know. It's cut off and throw back behind to get Iguchi. No, he's back in time. Nice base running by Tadahito as Blalen cuts it off and tries to backdoor him, but a nice 2-out rally right here by Posednik and Iguchi getting one in.
Well, these are the kind of runs that really hurt the opposition. Just had a good play by an outfielder to make it 2 out, nobody on. Then the double by Posednik. And the clutch 2-out single by Tadahito.
That will bring up Aaron Rowan, who is 1 for 2 with a RBI double and run scored and a stolen base. Iguchi, he has 7 stolen bases on the year, been caught twice. And mention Aaron Rowan has been swinging the bat extremely well, driving the ball to right field. More than likely going to try and tie him up. And he does. A broken bat to Aaron Rowan. Out to second base, the force out, but the Sox get it going with 2 down as Tadahito Iguchi makes the score 3-1. Right now, the Aflac trivia question and its answer to follow. Which current White Sox player was originally drafted by the Texas Rangers? Scott Posednik in '94.
Man, I love that duck.
They had a nice sign out here last night. Looked just like that Aflac duck right there. And they said they love that duck too, Hawk.
I know, it's amazing. Building a real relationship. That pitch low and away. And the count 2-0. Galucci bounced back to Garland, and he's gone out to third base. Canaco off the line at first. Come on, John, come back. No walks. Three 6-0 for our guys, 1-4-1 for their guys. And there's a strike.
I got to say this, Mark Carlson behind the plate tonight has had a real nice, consistent strike zone.
The dreaded leadoff walk. Second base on balls issued by Garland. And it'll bring up Michael Young, who's 0 for 2. And time is running out. The Sox Ozzie plan features 13 games. Your choice of one of the Hot Cup Series games. And the rest is up to you. Prices start at $160 per seat and vary depending on your selected seat category and game choices. So to order this plan right now, call 312-674-1000. Young is grounded to Creedy on a good pitch from Big John. And he is grounded to Uribe on a good pitch from Garland. Sox have turned 2 double plays. Now have 41 for the season. And they hit him. Garland in trouble. A walk and a hit batsman to start things off. They're in the top of the 6th. I love that duck.
Oh, that is pretty good right there. I got to believe that somebody heisted that actual Aflac sign. That's too good.
Here's Teixeira, a single. And he has popped up to left. Garland in a jam. That ball hit hard. Scotty will not get that one. Here comes one. They get it back in. So a 3-2 ball game. Ducks on the pond. Nobody out. Leadoff walker caused a lot of silly things to happen.
Well, you sure as heck don't want to give these Rangers free opportunities. Not these guys. They can hit. And Teixeira going with the pitch nicely. But good job by Posednik getting it back in quickly, keeping that man at third.
Blaylock has singled and he has struck out. And quickly, 0-2.
I think John Garland has actually pitched this year in a fashion of not wanting to be a strikeout guy, just get the outs, break some bats. But when he has to reach back and get that strikeout, he has the ability because he can pop it up at 94 miles an hour.
He gone. He gets a tough man in Blaylock.
Well, he makes a pitch right here. Biting. Down and in. Way over the top is Blaylock. But it doesn't get any easier.
Well, here's Soriano. Alfonso has grounded to second. And he has gone out to center.
You can only bust this guy in so many times with a strike before he can get to you. That very nicely out of the strike zone, up and in.
The 1-1 pitch. Good pitch. Eating him up inside. Checks it up. Fouls it off.
Garland has the ability to run this in. And if a guy checks his swing up, look at that. That's not a strike. It's up and in. See, it just finds that bat because of the movement.
Well, breaking ball down and a fastball up out of the zone. A little bit in. Ooh, good pitch to hit, and he was all over it, just underneath it.
Oh, but that's what happens when you've got a guy panicked about the inside corner. You can throw it right down the middle and have him foul it off. Soriano's just probably shocked that he just had a pitch to crush.
They're going to go in. He gone. Big strikeout for Garland.
What a beautiful pitch from John. Pulled a string on him on the inside part of the plate and way out in front. I mean, that is just some serious guts. Oh, there was a time so many right-handers would not like to go down and in with a changeup to a right-handed hitter.
All right, now you got the rock in the hard place here. Minch has walked and fouled out to Konerko. And you got a left-handed hitting Lance Nix on deck, who tripled last inning.
You said it. Quite the fix for John Garland here. You got to be careful either way he goes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's just the pitcher's preference right here. What do you want to do? What does John want to do? And, you know, to tell you the truth, the way he's been pitching this year, I really don't think he cares who's up there.
That's exactly right. I mean, he has so much confidence of his location. You see Minch is taking good swings at him and fouling it off, I mean, John will pay for it if he misses. But as long as he keeps throwing it where he wants to, he seems to be in command.
He gonna pitch out of it. High into short center field, but he does give up one, and we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. What a job by Garland. He leads it 3-2. After the game, stick around for U.S. Cellular White Sox Postgame Live. Get highlights of all the action, analysis from Bill Melton, plus hear what Ozzie has to say during his postgame press conference. Don't miss U.S. Cellular White Sox Postgame Live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. What a job by Garland. Mercy. Got one run in, men on second, third, nobody out. You got Blaylock, Soriano, and Minch coming up. You strike out Blaylock, you strike out Soriano, and pop up Minch. Yes. Breaking ball. Misses the mark to Pauly, who's 1 for 2. The Canerco, Everett, and Dye to face Pedro Estacio, 35-year-old veteran. And he's got the catbird seat. Cubs came back to defeat the Pirates 4-3 at PNC. I believe Derek Lee had a couple of home runs, won a 2-run shot in the top of the 9th. There's a strike, 2-1. Boy, has he been hot.
Whew. Well, I wish somebody would cool him off here pretty quick.
You mean before the weekend?
Yes.
We might have some guys who can cool him off. And then again, there's a good pitch by Estacio. 2-1 count came right at him.
Well, you know, the way you have to look at a Derek Bell situation is,
Derek Lee.
Excuse me, Derek Lee, is you don't let him beat you.
Well,
if he's the hottest commodity in the Cubs order or batting order, he's the one that's not going to get you then.
I've seen him in quite a few at bats. Not that I've seen that many Cub games, I haven't. But it seems like every time you turn on a highlight film on ESPN or wherever, he's there. You know, everything has been out over the plate.
Yes.
I hadn't seen him bring his arms in one time and keep a ball fair. So what does that tell you? You got to pitch him in.
Well, that end, don't let him beat you.
Well, I agree with that. But if you got to pitch to him,
right,
you got to bust him in. There's a good curveball right there.
Well, Estacio's got a change of direction breaking ball. I mean, look at this. It's going to start right at Canerco, and he's just going to back up, and it just kind of spins in place and drops down right over the plate.
Well, Derek Lee came in today hitting .353. Now got 12 home runs, which as we speak will probably put him on top in the National League. Got at least 36 RBIs. I mean, scored 28 runs.
And you know, obviously you don't have to be a scientist to figure out we don't want him to beat us when we go across town.
As Carl can't get it.
Carl pulling off that moving fastball of Estacio there on the 2-0.
Checks it up and the count 2-2. That is so much easier said than done. You get a situation before series starts, says, okay, guys, all right, we're not going to let Derek Lee beat us. Just use him as an example. And so many times you say that, and after the first game's over, Derek Lee just hit a base hit or home run to beat you. As that's popped up, Michael Young, 2 down. And then you get other managers who will say, hey, this guy's not going to beat us. And I mean, they mean it. It's just that simple. But those are the few and the far between. I saw Frank Howard when we were playing against, and Sam McDowell, maybe the greatest stuff in the history of this game. Alvin Dark was manager before the game started. He said, I'm going to take all the pressure off of you, Sam. We're going to walk him 4 times. Frank was hitting third in the lineup. Sam gets the first 2 guys. He comes up, nobody on, 2 out. Put him on. Put him on. Every time he came to the plate, they potentially walked him. Now, the only way it would have changed if we'd been tied or 1 run ahead and the base has been loaded.
That would have been the only scenario.
Right.
Because we have seen recently that there have been managers in a game where there's a 3-run lead, 4-run lead. Didn't matter if it was just something like that the team had. They would walk Barry Bonds even with the bases loaded and take the 1-run deficit.
Look at this. Jermaine has hit 3 line shots, and that's his first hit.
There we go.
Oh boy, JD.
He probably moved up in the box a little. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. As the pitch is not a bad one from Astacio. It's just a nice swing from Jermaine Dye. Going out and drilling it.
Top of the 6th in Minnesota. Johan Santana on the mound, and Toronto winning 5-2.
Santana's had a couple of tough outings in a row now.
AJ, stretch, get up, he looks up, you can put it on the board, yeah! Number 6 for Pierzynski. And the Sox lead it 5-2.
AJ has found his aggressive swing, and he's staying with it. He has locked in the long ball swing. The Hyundai home run replay is a sinker that stayed about right above the kneecaps over the heart of the plate for AJ.
Grady fouls that one away, and with that home run by Pierzynski, the Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities. For every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season, that is number 42, so $4,200 donated by Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursula Snellius. That ball high in the center field. Lance Nix is there, but the 2-run homer by A.J. Pierzynski. And we'll go to the 7th, leading 5-2.
Let's take a look right now at the Nissan mid-game summary as the Sox just got themselves a couple of bonus points on the home run from A.J. Pierzynski. Garland, he's been throwing the ball extremely well. Rowan extended his hitting streak to 11 games. As a matter of fact, folks, A.J. Pierzynski has now homered in 4 of his last 5 starts. He has got it locked in.
Lance Nix, the center fielder, has struck out, tripled, and scored. Outfield just slightly to the left. And a nice change. Be part of the all White Sox baseball fantasy experiences here at U.S. Cellular Field. Have you ever dreamed of getting married on a Major League diamond? Delivering the lineup card to the umpires or watching batting practice from the field or wanted to create your own experience? Well, now you can. So for details, call 312-674-5396 or visit whitesox.com. 1-2 the count to Nix.
All right, John Garland has just continued to throw extremely well here at home this year, trying to take his record to 4-0.
That ball hit deep in the left field. Got him back on the track right in front of our Comcast Sportsnet sign.
Garland came into this game 3-0 with a 150 earned run average at home. 150 at home, with opponents hitting just 171 here at U.S. Cellular. Another thing about John this year, he's also been a very fortunate recipient of lots of run support. The best in the American League, as a matter of fact, for him this year. He's averaged 8.6 runs a game.
First pitch strike to Richard Hidalgo. There's 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Yeah, that might have a lot to do with the fact that John Garland doesn't keep his defenders on the field too long. They're up there hitting a lot.
And there's a strike. Orlando Hudson has just hit a 2-run homer off Johan Santana. It is now 7-2 Blue Jays. Finale of the series. Make your plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon. 1:05 start. Mark Burley against Ryan Dries. Can't make it to the ballpark. That game will be over WGN. And then, of course, off day on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the ivied walls of Wrigley Field. That's low, 2-2. It'll be Garcia, Contreras, and El Duque for us. And the starting rotation for the Cubs is to be announced.
There you see the Chicagoland Speedway upcoming schedule.
Ball hit hard. Creedy sucked it up. So 2 down. Here comes Sandy. Sandy is grounded to short. Uribe made a real nice play. And Sandy hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Sandy hitting at a robust 351 as he stands up to that dish with 10 RBIs. And that's popped up. Tadahito. Nice inning for Garland. 1, 2, 3. 7th inning stretch. He leads it by 3.
Let's take a look at our U.S. Cellular text message poll. How many stolen bases will the White Sox have by the end of the year? All right. 63% of you, said 150. I'm right there with you. 28% said 125. We got a 3-run lead here as you see the Ozzie, small, smart, nothing. It's just good baseball. You better believe it. You better believe it. It's been that all year long for the Sox as Juan Uribe will face new pitcher for the Texas Rangers. It's Cameron Lowe, the big 6'8", 225 side winding righty. Throws a sinker down for a ball. See Lowe's numbers. Been in 3 games, 4 1/3. Not much happening against him. Right-handers, though, have hit 375. And there's a bouncer down to Blaylock. He handles it, no problem. 1 down. And, folks, information on Frank Thomas's first rehab game is he finished the night 2 for 3 with a walk. Couple of runs scored, so a very, very good job by Big Frank. He had that double. Anyway, Frankie. Back to the top of the order for the Sox, Scott Posednik, who is 2 for 3 tonight. Takes that sinker down. Scotty in the first inning singled, stole second, and scored a run. And then in the 5th, he doubled and scored a run. Got the offense going with a couple outs.
That's, as I mentioned then, that is the kind of run that really takes a lot out of the opponent. Your outfielder makes a good play to nail a guy at second base for the second out. Nobody on. Then he doubles. And then Tadahito comes up with a very clutch 2-out single.
Well, you know, I was talking to Sandy Alomar and DeMarlo Hale, who is now coaching third for the Rangers, about that exact thing. A nice pitch right in the outside corner, taking the count 2-2 to Posednik. And DeMarlo Hale, who had managed in the minor leagues a lot of year and now the first base coach regularly for the Rangers, was talking about how it really does break your back when you get a couple of outs and then next thing you know an opponent scores a run.
Well, we saw that earlier in the season, and it helped, really helped, put the Sox on that roll. But Scotty just tore the opposing pitcher up when he got on.
Looking to do it here. He has a 3-2 count. And he just fights off a pretty good pitch from Lowe, down in the way. And Minch is going to handle it no problem. 2 down. That was a little surprise pitch from Cameron Lowe. Not the sinker. He threw a 4-seam fastball with a little something on it. Scotty had to hurry up and try and get the bat on it. That brings up Tadahito Iguchi. He's 1 for 2 with a move him over bunt. A big RBI single that Hawk was just telling you about in the 5th, driving in Posednik. Lowe just throws that sinker straight down in the dirt. Says in the book, 6'8", 225 for Cameron Lowe. I'm gonna say he's going to weigh out a little bit more than that 225. He's not all skin and bones out there. High fly ball out in the short center field from Iguchi. So Nick says he'll handle it, and it's a quick 1-2-3 7th inning for the reliever. That's all right. The Sox have Garland cruising. They lead it by 3.